Hampton and Richmond, it was a bit of a mixed performance. 5 goals on one side, 4 goals on the other. Are you happy with it overall, or did the 4 goals thing let in?
Overall, I was delighted. I think it was a great advert for the club as well. I think any neutral coming down it was a good game to watch. Well, at least from everyone I spoke to, really enjoyed it. I thought some great football being on display. And there was the moments where I just sat down and just admired the quality. That was obviously both teams as well. It takes 2 to tango. It was a good competitive game. It was attacking football on both sides. I am sure that I've heard, seen their Gary McCann's interview, and I've seen things on their social media and their forum just about the referee decisions and things like that. So I'm sure there's things that they're unhappy about, certainly in regard to our goals. For me, I was disappointed in the nature of the goals we conceded, because they're fairly cheap. First one was from a restart, from a throw-on where we didn't get sufficient cover. That was the first one. The second one was a penalty. It was a definite penalty. Again, very, very avoidable, both in terms of the build-up and then the actual application of a tackle, which resulted in a penalty, was poor. Third one, I can't remember. Third one was an individual mistake, another individual mistake, and then the fourth one was from a set piece. So, all very, very preventable. That said, they had other chances as well, which weren't converted. So it's not as if we were perfect, other than 4 errors which led to goals. So, but in the same breath, we were up against a very good attacking force and a step 2. A step 2 team who retained quite a few of their players, or a good proportion of their players, who were one of the form teams at the close of last season, and arguably if the season had extended, possibly would have been playoffs. So for us to go toe to toe, and again, I know they mixed it up, and they played Charles and things like that, certainly in the second half. But it's still really, really pleasing.
Against Horsham, the NonLeaguePaper rated the game 2 stars for entertainment out of 5. What would you give the Hampton and Richmond game?
Well, firstly, I would have given the Horsham game a lot more than 2 stars. I think that's slightly that's a one-sided report. Unfortunately, that's the nature of the beast. It's often the reporters who are at the games. They're often associated in one team, so it's always going to be slightly lopsided. I thought the Horsham game. Well, I said it in the post-match interview. Again, another five goals. 5 goals, and the team comes back from 2-0 down and scores. Okay, penalty, deflection. I think the third goal, in particular, the way in which we played second half that game, warrants a lot more than 2 stars. So, sorry, to answer your question, the Hampton game, I don't know, probably 5 out of 5. I think any game, if you're talking purely entertainment, any game you see 9 goals, and being topsy-turvy, I think you're getting value for money, especially at £5 entry. It's way under £1 a goal, so it's good.
Mitch Parker seems to have had an impressive pre-season, obviously scoring a hat-trick on Tuesday, but then also impressive showing at Westfield as well earlier on. How happy are you with his pre-season so far?
Yeah, Mitch is one that came in late. He didn't do anything over the lockdown period, apart from play golf. And he always maintained that I'll be there, as you know, when the time comes, I'll be there. We've got a set date, and he has done. He came in and he hit the ground running, and instantly he built up rapport with the other forwards, and he did really well. And it was his time to shine on Tuesday. But Argent scored a number of goals. I think Argent was very good on Tuesday as well, and he's often the work he puts in often goes unnoticed because of the type of game he plays. Ben Wright notched 2 on Saturday. and he worked hard for those. Again, people might say it was a penalty and a deflection, but he was the one who had the endeavour to go and shut down a goalkeeper when we were pressing, which is what we want. And then, like I say, you've got Kingsley, you've got Duffy, you've got Lucas Burt, you've got George Pilbeam. We're blessed. We're blessed with forward players, and they've all got their own. They've all got their own strengths. They've all got their own merits, and it's bright. At any point, as we saw on Tuesday, if one of them pops out, we've got someone else who can go in and we maintain our high level. So it's very pleasing. Great position to